how I made this from this. First, lay down a pair of sweatpants you want to adjust and a pair that already fits you. Line them up at the crotch and measure how much you want to cut off from the bottom. Remember to leave enough for seam allowance and sewing the elastic back in. For all of these instructions, you want to do it to both sides or both pant legs. Then use a long ruler to mark 1 or 2 lines down each pant leg where you will cut. I chose to have 2 lines on the front and back, but if you do 1, you don't have to do it on the back. This is where you will be cutting and sewing, so make sure it is straight. Once you have your lines marked, cut off the excess pant legs on the bottom. We will use these later for the elastics, so don't throw them out. Next, cut the long markings you made up to but not through the waistband. You may want to flip the pockets inside out so that they don't get in the way. After you cut up the pant legs, it's time for the sewing machine. Choose your thread color. I chose red and blue to match the Champion logo, but you can also just go with one. Turn on the machine, set it to zigzag stitch, and a width of 5 to 6. Then start stitching the pieces together from the bottom of the pants to the waistband. You can leave as much or as little allowance as you want. If you're using 2 different colored threads, make sure you keep in mind which one's on the top and bottom. While sewing, refill your spools as needed. Cut off the excess fabric, but don't cut too close to the stitches. You can use the scraps for projects like amigurumi. Now take the bottom of the pants that you cut off and turn it inside out. Use a seam ripper to open up the stitches and take out the elastic. Cut the elastic to the length you want for the ankle cuffs. While we're still on the zigzag stitch, stitch the ends of the elastic together to form a loop, going back and forth several times to make sure it is secure. Fold the edge of the pant leg back and sew a straight stitch so that it doesn't have a raw hem. Take the elastic and put it over the inverted pant leg, then fold the edge down over the elastic. Sew the edge down, creating a tunnel for the elastic. Make sure you stretch the elastic as you sew so the fabric lays flat. You might want to pin it down as well. The last step is to turn your pants right side out, try them on, and make any more adjustments. I made some adjustments to the waist that I didn't film, but you might not need to do that if it already fits.